All right, welcome everybody to this week's presentation of the Regenerative Roundtable. And today we are going to be discussing leveraged income for entrepreneurs. And I feel really excited about this topic because there are so many people who are choosing the path of an entrepreneur. And today we're going to really expand what's possible within that realm. My name is Christina Amon, and I have been on this path of being an entrepreneur and working with this particular leveraged income for over 5 years. And I'm really excited to break down to you how that works and share a little bit about my story as well. So, how did we pick this topic? Well, like I said, I know so many people who have gravitated towards the being on the path of being an entrepreneur for so many reasons. Working for ourselves, being our own boss, having the freedom, owning our own time, setting our own hours, all the things that come with and then the creativity, right? Really being able to bring through our creative process and showing up for the purpose that we really want to be here to create. So if this is you, if you're an entrepreneur and you've already made that commitment to that kind of lifestyle and you're already in alignment with those values, then this call is for you, because what we want to do here is show you what more is possible. I work and have supported several women who were already on the entrepreneur path, but came up against this issue of struggle and burnout. And suddenly this idea of I own my own business turning into my business is owning me. And not necessarily being able to get ahead to create the life of their dreams, but even on a day-to-day basis, having the time for themselves, having the time for their families, having time to, be at home in the house that they've purchased or are pouring their income into. And so this call is really about how do we create more time in our lives as entrepreneurs? And this is where the leveraged income comes in. So whether you're an entrepreneur with many businesses already and many income streams already, or somebody who would like to become an entrepreneur, or an entrepreneur who has one main primary income, this will speak to all of you. So again, the reasons to create this leveraged income have to do with working smarter, not harder. Again, it has to do with that shift from, having way too many action steps on your plate, maybe being a solopreneur, somebody who's trying to do it all by yourself and really hitting that wall of burnout, or just feeling isolated and alone in doing what you're doing. To just really realizing, maybe you started one particular business and love it, and yet you also have expanded your passions and desires of what you want to spend your life doing, and then are trying to figure out, well, how do I do both, or how do I let go of one and move into the other? So you're going to hear some stories today about women who have been able to expand with the support of leveraged income to be able to shift their time away from certain endeavors. And like I said, giving it to themselves, giving it to their families, giving it to their passions and purpose in a way that feels more in alignment. And some of these stories include actually being able to expand the original business as well because of the financial support of this income stream. So what we're talking about here is, what we're essentially at the end of the day, what we're talking about here is incorporating systems, existing systems you don't need to create, into what you're already doing, into what you've already cultivated, into the genius and the brilliance and the uniqueness of what you have already brought to the table to come in and support you to create a stream of residual income so that then these systems are continuing to work for you even when you're not putting in the hours. That those earnings are continuing to feed you and nourish your soul purpose even when you're not working them. So this could be a shift for some people who haven't yet created a stream of income, and that's what this call is really to speak to, is entrepreneurs who are looking for, well, I love what I do, I love what I've created, this is my sole purpose, this is my contribution to my community, and yet how do I ever stop working and still get paid? How do I take real maternity leave and stay at home with my children if I choose to? How do I go on vacation and still get paid when I'm not working? How do I retire? Right? These are all really great questions for entrepreneurs. And this is exactly the solution that we're here to provide. We work with yoga studio owners, Pilates studio owners, gym owners, holistic healthcare practitioners of all kinds of varieties, doctors, you know, artists, teachers, musicians, farmers, everything under the sun, including stay-at-home moms who didn't necessarily have a career and have now discovered this residual online platform to create the financial nourishment to be able to show up for the life that they want to live. So this is what we're talking about. And what is so beautiful about all of this is that it gives us the ability to live a life that is 100% in alignment with our own personal core values. How beautiful is that? To really have that deep fulfillment of this is the life that I am creating by design, with intention, with purpose. So that's really what I'm so passionate about helping more and more and more people create that life, to help women prevent burnout, to help people get onto their path where they feel like they're really living the life and providing the gifts that they're here to contribute, and that more families have time with each other. So let me tell you a little bit about my story. I partnered with this company over 5 years ago now, at a time where my husband and I were trying to figure out how to fund the development of our farm. We had both really developed a love for regenerative agriculture, for permaculture, for creating a homestead that in our mind's eye was going to become a model for people of great fertile abundance, gardens, orchards, farm-to-table feasts, workshops, classes, retreats, healing spaces, ceremony, celebration, and that we would have human living design systems on the land that would really enable all the people who came to the land, either permanently or temporarily, to really live up to our greatest potential as humanity. So children to elders, and in all of the different ways. And this was a vision that I've carried in my heart for so long. And when I saw that we didn't have the budget to implement the infrastructure to see this come to fruition, it was breaking my heart. And so I didn't necessarily set out on the path of being an entrepreneur. I saw how once we developed the land, we would have multiple streams of income and multiple businesses that were all land-based. But in order to get ourselves from where we were to where I saw that we could be, we needed a financial bridge. And fast forward over 5 years now, I've been partnering with this company called Purium. They have developed, with regenerative soil, with regenerative farming practices, the highest grade superfood products that I've ever found, that I've ever heard about, growing in deeply mineralized soil with clean practices, testing the spring water fed, vine ripened, low temperature dehydrated to maximize the nutrient and enzyme content, packaged in compostable non-GMO packaging, tested for any trace of any contamination, and prevent, and if such a test were to show up positive, any of that contamination would be discarded. So no heavy metals, no glyphosate, no mold, no chemicals of any kind. So with these highest grade products, which are then deliverable all throughout North America and Europe, now there's a way for a huge population of humanity to have access to deep cellular nutrition and safe, gentle, gradual detoxification methods to get those same chemicals that I mentioned out of our gut. So we live in a world where glyphosate has become rampant, and within 20 minutes of people being exposed to glyphosate are already experiencing leaky gut, which means those toxins are leaking into other organs, the lymph system and other organs of the body. And we're watching at the same exact rate as glyphosate being introduced into the food stream, the water system, the soils, the air. We're watching the same exact rate of autoimmune, autism, cancers skyrocket. So we have a product that helps pull that glyphosate out of the gut and repair the gut microbiome, protecting and supporting the absorption and assimilation of nutrients. At the same time, the foods that are part of the 30-day program, which is how most people start, are also feeding us on a deep cellular level and really supporting the body to have everything that it needs to regenerate, to detoxify, and really build up to be thriving, living in thriving optimal human bodies, which is really what I wish for everybody, to just have the energy, to have that nervous system and full body support to really thrive. So for those reasons, it was easy for me to partner with this company. So many of their core values are in alignment with mine. And by sharing my story, by sharing other people's stories, I've then been able to grow an income stream that just last year did over $3.5 million in sales, has been able to feed the development of the farm. So it's an income stream that's literally, has a pipeline now of financial nourishment, feeding the development of our farm, feeding our family to live the life that we want to have, feeding my husband to be able to retire most of the week from the job that he was working. And now he's at home, being more of a full-time father, working the farm. We just took a big vacation. We are able to walk our talk by investing our income into clean energies, upgrading our solar system, shifting into all electric vehicles, and becoming, before my eyes, the model of sustainability and regenerative agriculture that we always dreamed of being for our community and beyond. So that is all happening for us. And simultaneously, I've been able to help other women who actually did come into this as entrepreneurs also create six-figure residual incomes. Now, when these women came in and growing, right? So their income is growing and the amount of people that we're also able to help create that is growing. And that is really the beautiful thing about this business model, and why I'm so passionate about sharing with you, if you're listening to this as an entrepreneur, to learn about, well, how can I do that? And now the very first thing that any entrepreneur says and is thinking and is asking themselves is, how on earth will I have time, right? How most people do not come into this saying, I'm looking for another business, I'm looking for a whole new project. Most people are not. Most people are already maxed out and tapped out. So for the people that I've been able to support, they were also in that place. One of the women that I've been able to support she was a single mom, had a small baby that she would strap to her back and work multiple side hustles to get ahead. She was a committed entrepreneur, but had many interests kind of scattered throughout the place and had multiple jobs to help make ends meet. When she was able to align with this vehicle and grab hold of what was possible, she was able to work fewer hours than all of those jobs and create a much larger income, which allowed her to let go of the other jobs. It allowed her to invest it gave her the financial ability to bring her now husband over from Africa to grow their family, another child, and have that solid family freedom lifestyle where they now travel around, share his gifts of African dance and music, and play lots and relax and have a lot of fun together as a family, including their children wherever they go. And she has also created a 6-figure income and is supporting many other people to do the same, including another woman who, two women actually, who came from a clinical practice. So they had the model of bringing in clients and patients, serving them with their hours of time in exchange, and maybe at the very maximum, were able to help 40 people a week. When they learned about this leveraged income and were able to weave that in, one of the women has quadrupled her original income, is working fewer hours, and has been financially supported to open an academy to train people to actually take over her clinical practice and start their own clinical practices. So she's now helping hundreds of thousands of people compared to the maximum 40 a week, with investing less time and making more money. So more impact and more income. So these are just a few of the stories of what's possible with this. Now, again, back to that question of, I'm an entrepreneur. How on earth could I fit one more thing in? I'm already starting multiple businesses. I'm also a mom. I'm also taking care of a farm. Who knows, right? There's many people have a lot on our plate right now. It's one of the components of this day and age, is a lot of people are visionary and have huge visions of how to make this world a better place and how we want to participate in that. How can we do it all? So I'm going to break down for you a little bit about how that works and why it's possible, because it sounds too good to be true, right? How you're telling me I can have more time to myself, work less and actually make more money. How is that possible? And let me bring in this last component of what it is we're leveraging. So like I said, we're bringing in systems, existing systems that have been already created, that you get to weave right into what you're doing. You get to leverage who you are and what you've already created, your network, your email, your client base, your patients, your following, to share stories with, to see who might be in alignment with this as well. And finally, you're going to leverage community. So we have an extraordinary community, which includes world-class mentorship to do what it is that you want to do. Now, it's all going to be based on your personal goals. So the first thing that you're going to do when you get connected with the person who's sharing this with you is to hop on a 3-way connection call with myself or another leader who's going to be able to help you identify what exactly are your goals. What is the life that you would be living if money were no object? Sky's the limit. Dream as big as you want to go. And if it's something that you feel committed to creating, we can show you how creating a residual income stream can help you fund that. Now, the key here, and this is especially important for entrepreneurs who are already used to doing it all by themselves, who have already forged ahead and are strong leaders, is that you get to leverage your mentors. You get to leverage the people who have walked this already and let them show you exactly how to do it, and let them do a lot of the work for you, so that your job is connecting. Your job is opening your voice, sharing your story, and connecting other people in with what we have. Some people might be here just for that nourishment. Some people might be here just for that full body, gut balancing, regenerative ultimate lifestyle transformation as a customer. And some people might come in for the full financial transformation. Some people are looking for financial nourishment, and you're going to attract and bring in both, and you're going to connect them with the person who's working with you and let them guide, let them support this new person because you're also new and because as an entrepreneur, you have a lot going on. People who are also studio owners, doctor's offices, gym owners could do the kind of thing where somebody, a leader in the company, can also work with somebody that you hire. And we together can do presentations for your people who can come in and try samples, and you're making residual income off of just connecting people and letting us do what we do because we've already been doing it. We know exactly how to show people how to do this. So that kind of teamwork and collaboration and partnership is so refreshing. It is so empowering. It can even sometimes be hard to receive if we're used to forging ahead and doing it all by ourselves. So this is something that might even take some personal development to open ourselves up to receiving this as a huge component of this business model includes personal development. We sometimes call it a personal development program with a compensation plan wrapped around it, meaning you are going to get for free all of this mentorship. You're going to get an opportunity to do your own inner growth. As an entrepreneur, is you already know it is a learning path, and you'll be supported and held to do so much of that growth while getting paid, which is beautiful. So in some ways, the more we expand, the more we grow, the greater we get compensated and paid for that. So like I said, you're going to be really supported in the systems that we have, mentorship. We have corporate support where the corporate has developed incredible systems and tools. We have a compensation plan that is one of the most generous in the industry. We have something called the Fast Start bonuses, which is a way for you to generate instant income right in your first 3 months. There's $3,500 in bonuses available, and that's on top of commissions for reaching certain milestones within a certain time period. And again, we're going to show you exactly how to do that. In some ways, you don't even have to know fully what's happening. We'll just sort of help you put one foot in front of the next. So this is something that you can share if you have a storefront space, something you can share there. You can weave it into your existing practices. You can lead a group transformation and have people join that way. You can do Zoom presentations. You can do in-person presentations or have somebody on our team do it for you. So there's so many ways to weave it in. Once you get clear on exactly what your goals are, and what you would love to see happen with this income stream feeding your own visions and dreams. The next step is to see how many hours a week can you commit to putting into this. It doesn't happen all by itself. We can't do everything for you, but there is a way to work with the amount of hours that you have. And this is again where you'll come onto a planning session to really customize how you will launch this income stream with the maximum amount of productivity and efficiency and possibility. So in general, we suggest for the average person that 10 to 15 hours of dedicated, focused time on creating this income stream will get you to a place of an untapped residual income stream. For some entrepreneurs, that's not what they have. In fact, the woman I told you who quadrupled her income and was able to shift from her clinical practice to passing that on and really just world schooling and being present with her family and moving back and forth between Mexico and the States. When I was on my planning session with her, she initially said, I have 1 hour per week to commit to this. And with that 1 hour, we were able to start to to create a groove for her income stream to start to flow. And as she started to catch the vision of what was possible, at that time she had 7 income streams. She started to realize that this one had way more leverage, that by putting more time into creating this one, she would actually be generating greater income and greater impact and have way more time for herself and her family. So over time, she shifted that 1 hour, that initial 1 hour, to more and more to be able to create that groove. It's still part-time hours, and it's something that has afforded her, living the life of her dreams truly, and being so supported on a deep nervous system level to really enjoy life, to really, love the life that she lives. So we get clear on exactly how to strategically invest those part-time hours to create this leveraged income. And then we work together on strategically working with your social media, your email, your client base, your patients, your customers, existing gatherings or retreats or workshops, and creating more funnels and opportunities for people to learn about what we have and see if it's in alignment for them. We don't necessarily have to be salespeople or even think of ourselves as salespeople. This is something that we can share our story, magnetize and attract people who are seeking these solutions, and then support them to discover what we have and then plug into our existing systems. So there's limitless support to help you really make this happen for you if it's something that you desire. If you're looking for your exit strategy, if you're looking for more time, because time is our greatest resource, if you're looking for a way to feel more fulfilled and to really care for ourselves too. That's one of the ironies, is that some people are on the path as an entrepreneur, and yet not really being able to support ourselves in our health, and health is our greatest wealth. So how does it all start? Well, we have 3 primary packages that people get started with. Our greatest value is one that includes our 30-day ultimate lifestyle transformation, which I touched on earlier. We have more videos to learn more in depth about that. In fact, tomorrow we'll be actually sharing a presentation specifically on that. That'll give you 60 days of nutrition and gut support and energy, as well as the performance products. So your pre and post workout products, if you have a daily fitness practice or just need more energy and recovery. That package is $525. Then we have one that has the 30-day ultimate lifestyle with an immune product, a comprehensive prophylactic immune that's all food and highly bioavailable to really fortify your immune system. And that one's $364. And then we have a third package, which is just the ultimate lifestyle transformation for $329. All of these packages come with a free business included. So for no additional cost, you have the ability to share a discount code with your network. You get all of the free mentorship. We have as many trainings as you would like to come to, and for some busy entrepreneurs, they don't have time for that. And we have beautiful systems that you can weave right into what you're already doing to create this income stream. If what you've heard today feels in alignment with your values, if what you've heard today is sparking a desire to create more, to live more, to do less, to enjoy more of what you're really here to live and do and give, then let's connect. Get with the person who's sharing this with you, and they can show you exactly how to get started, how to customize this for your personal goals, and to really thrive and live a life that you can sincerely say, I did this with intention, I designed this, and I'm living life on purpose. Thank you so much for your time today, and have a beautiful one.